Contaminant. System malfunctioning. Landmark engaged.
What's up guys, Patrick Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 build video. So today's build video is going to be a really fun, crazy, strong PvE build. I'm sure you guys will love. A lot of hype surrounding the Savage Wolverine assault rifle, with good reason. It's a very strong gun. And I'm going to bring you guys my best PvE build to run, based on that weapon. This build is going to be a straight up raw damage, high utility, max damage mitigation build that allows you to rush heroic NPCs and kill 2 heroic NPCs with 1 magazine. Yes guys, this is going to be my Savage Wolverine build. I hope you do enjoy it. This is going to be a little bit of a long one. I've got quite a bit to explain. So specialization, there is firewall right here, which is extremely strong. You can utilize the shield, you can utilize the burn, but that's not for this build. We're going to be focusing on as much survivability as possible, should I say. Excuse the stutter. So the reason why we're going to be using this is, you'll probably be surprised, but the Mender Mine is extremely strong still. It's a very, very good way of healing yourself, especially in PvE. Also in PvP, to be honest. Another thing is 15% increased outgoing healing will help your team, but I think the most important thing is 15% increased protection from elites, which is really, really good and always useful, and we're going to be stacking that in this build. Make sure to have assault rifle damage on, as you guys will know. You also get some nice skill haste, which is good. 20% is not bad at all. So the reason why we've used survivalists is, as you can see, the Mender Mine and the protection from elites. It's very, very strong in PvE, and I recommend using it in the raid. This build is raid ready. You can throw this on and go into the raid, no problem. This is a high difficulty PvE build. This is the PvE build that I use now from now on. This build is just so strong. It's so tanky, you won't believe it, and it does so much damage. 10 million DPS. Yeah, 10 million DPS, guys, as you saw from the footage. Now, here's another thing, alright? We have got 323k armor, which actually is quite decent considering how much damage we're outputting. But bear in mind, this build has got a lot of protection from elites, a lot of hazard protection, a lot of explosive resistance. So you will be a lot more tankier than you think, than what it seems. Let's go over this quickly. So 323k armor, 55k health, and then obviously this is the main attraction, the Savage Wolverine. My one is rolled pretty high. Let's just make sure to have base damage on to show you guys exactly how much it is rolled. 13,113. Let me know in the comments what yours is. I'm jealous if you get a higher one. I could probably just keep re-rolling because I got a blueprint, but I'm happy. This is pretty close to max roll. Now, something to note. Perfectly close and personal. Now, the damage hasn't been increased from the normal talent. It's just been, the range has been increased. So keep that in mind. 10 meters. So it's actually 10 meters doesn't count. It's 9 meters. So if they're 10 meters, it won't proc. You can test that in the range as well. By the way, guys, when you're testing in the shooting range, a lot of people didn't know this, but above you, when you're standing by the DPS range, there are little boxes that says 5, 10, whatever. Those are meters. If you shoot that once, it determines how far the boards drop, so you can shoot them. I don't know if many people knew that. So Allegro is something that I always recommend for this gun. It's nice to get as much burst damage as possible when you're modding it. Crit chance plus 20 rounds, more crit chance, and damage to elites, which is vital for this build. I love this gun. It shreds. It's very good on console. It doesn't do, I don't know, it depends. The Eagle Bearer is very, very strong, but I didn't want to make that build about this. This gun is very fun to use, and funny enough, guys, the DPS output is insane. I don't understand it, but it really is good. And on console, it's very easy to fire this weapon. The stability is really, really good. The accuracy is amazing. It's a must-use weapon. Secondary, I've used Nemesis. Why? Just because in the raid especially, you want to have a Nemesis to snipe, to mark targets. You can do a lot of damage with this, especially with what we're running on our chest piece. So make sure to have this. Okay, so we're going to go, I'm going to explain to you guys what this build is about. Like I said before, max damage, max survivability without having to spec too much into armor like I normally do. So, on the mask, this is very important. We want 2 Fenris. Why? Assault rifle damage and protection from elites. Hazard protection, damage to elites is great, 52%. You need DTE for now. Remember guys, I know all the updates are coming. That's not now, so we're still enjoying right now. I'm still enjoying the PvE content. I'm sure you guys will as well. And I'm sure this will be a good build to jump into the next one with. We're going to have to see how it changes. Obviously, talent. It's a big palaver, but we're going to have to see what happens. So, concussion is necessary for this because a lot of people still don't realize that it works with any gun. They read marksman rifle and they forget that it's 5 seconds with marksman and 2 seconds with any other weapon. So we're going to be getting 15% extra damage. If you get the perfect concussion, good for you, that's great. But don't ruin your build just to have a perfect piece on. Always remember that. And always remember that all my builds are templates, opinions for you guys to work upon and suit to your own playstyle. I always say that. I always mean it. So this is going to give us a massive amount of headshot damage and protection from elites. This mask, there's so much going on right here. Hazard protection is also important as well. On the chest piece, now this is something I got to explain to you guys. I tried Berserk. I normally run Berserk, okay? There's a reason why I wanted to do something different. 30% extra damage is too good to pass up. And the thing is that every 4 seconds it comes back. I find myself dodging in and out of cover and re-procking this and just ripping through enemies. It's very efficient. Now, normally I wouldn't recommend running this with a face tank weapon, but you don't have to face tank enemies all the time. You'll find a lot of the time you'll be stuttering them, they'll be delayed in shooting, and you'll be able to utilize this a lot more than you thought. So I recommend using this. It's very, very strong. Obviously, I've got 42k armor, 13% weapon damage. Hello, beautiful. I'm sure you guys can find something along those lines. 4% assault rifle damage, 1.5 weapon damage, all across the board. Then we have this right here. On all of your defense mod slots, put explosive resistance, protection from elites and armor. Very important. That's how we're getting so much damage mitigation from this build, which I'm going to show you guys when we get into the stats. Then on the holster, healer guard, health, crit chance, and then obviously more assault rifle damage. This gives us hazard protection, which is great. The 2-piece healer guard is very necessary. Over here, R&K, this is a beautiful backpack. 10% hazard protection, 25k armor, 5.5 crit chance, and 4% weapon damage. Efficient is very important for PvE. You get a lot of extra armor kits. It's vital. So make sure to have this. It's very, very strong. Hard hitting. Obviously, we want more DTE. In Gear 2.0, it's getting removed, but it's very important to use that right now. Then obviously, the 10% explosive resistance mods. I don't know if you guys bought them, but I bought like 7 or 8 of them. So hopefully you guys did as well. This is my secondary piece of Fenris. I love these gloves. Assault rifle damage, crit chance, and surgical. Surgical is such a good talent. It's underutilized by a lot of people. The more you crit, the more damage you do. It's I don't need to explain too much about that. I'm sure you guys understand what I mean. So there's a nice pair of gloves. Knee pads go without being said. 11% total armor. Insulated gives us more hazard protection. Armor. I could go for more protection from elites there. For example, I could go over here and change this around. You guys need to decide what you want to do. There my armor's at 314k, but what you'll find is I'll have more explosive resistance, so that could end up being better for the build. I'm actually going to save that right here. See, as you can see, I named it my raid build, because that's actually what I use for my raid and all my PvE content, so you guys can tell. So make sure to mod that. Now, it's very important to have healer guard because you do get 2 blue defensive mod slots and also that hazard protection, which is great. So let me quickly summarize this build, guys. This is a rushing build. You rush NPCs, whether it be a heroic, whatever. You absolutely shred them to pieces whilst mitigating explosives, elites, and you'll also be not immune, but you'll be able to dodge a lot of the hazards because you got a high hazard protection. You've also got very high crit chance, so the damage is just scary. It's a very, very solid build, and I recommend you guys giving it a try, especially because of the new Savage Wolverine. As you can see here, 42% crit chance. That's insane. 55% headshot damage plus concussion as well. And then we're going to move down. 48% AR plus 21 all weapons. And then damage to elites 82%, which is very nice. We're going to go down here. This is where it gets interesting. So 30% explosive resistance. Explosions don't even hurt you guys. It's insane. Then we got 77% hazard protection and 31% protection from elites. It's insane how strong this is. Now we could stack this even more, but I don't know, I felt like a good balance. The damage and the mitigation, it just removes the need to have such high armor, even though our armor is not bad. I just feel like this build synergizes so well with the current content, especially farming in the dark zone. You can blitz through landmarks in an absolute heartbeat. It really, and that's how you should be farming. I mean, the raid is okay. You can do the raid with any kind of build these days. We all know about it, but farming in the DZ is something you want to get done quick, and this is more of a build for getting things done very quick and putting enemies down on the floor easy. So let's quickly go over the mine. Now you can use whatever skill you want here. I've gone for the reviver because I play with this build solo, so it just gives me a second chance in case I go down. Then the mender mine, insane. It heals you so well. Make sure to put the skill haste and the healing mods that come with the survivalist, and that's it. You're good to go. So I hope you guys did enjoy this quick build video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, and yeah, I'll be seeing you in the next video. Peace out, guys.